Welcome back to Good Morning Quad Cities at 11. We have Craig Hignight here answering all of your plant and garden questions on the WQ80 Facebook page right now. So, Andrew, take it away. Where are we at now?
Yeah, we left off with Dave. This is a great question because I'm kind of curious too. Why are the helicopters pink this year? Those little whirly doodle seeds.
A lot of times this will be in reaction to nutrient deficiencies. A lot of plants, if they're low on phosphorus, the flowers will pink up, and sometimes that can carry over into the seed. And believe me, you've got plenty of them this year from what I've seen in driving around town.
Yes, that is definitely true. They're
Yeah.
all over my yard right now. Nancy says, I was gifted a Southern Living Magnolia tree. It's about 18 inches tall. Can I plant it outside?
Southern Magnolia is only barely hardy in this area. When we get one of our really cold winters, I'm afraid that this tree is not going to be happy.
Okay.
I need a little insulation there. Julia said she's got a new maple tree that was planted last summer. Should there be buds on the branches yet?
I would think so. Maples have leafed out very well. If you're not seeing signs of life now, it's time to do the scratch test. You start at the tip of the stem and nick it with your thumbnail and just keep going until you finally get to where you find live tissue under the bark. If you get clear to the trunk or into the bark clear to the trunk and you don't find any life, I'm afraid this little guy's gone to that big forest in the sky.
Ken is wondering, how do you kill the little bees in the lawn that make ant-like hills?
Well, one of the best ways is to, first of all, find the nest. Believe me, stay away from it. Those are yellow jackets, and they're mean little devils. Mm-hmm. And you identify where the nest is, then remember it very well, because at dusk you're going to go out with some Sevin and some dirt. You're going to spoon a little Sevin down the hole that you find, and then you're going to cover it with soil. As the bees, and this is actually a wasp rather than a bee, as they dig out, they get the Sevin all over the body, and as they clean themselves up, they're not going to be around anymore.
All right.
Be careful.
Yeah.
Ramona, can I move some lilies now as they haven't bloomed yet?
It's probably exactly the wrong time to move lilies right now because they've used up a lot of their energy that is stored in that bulb. Getting to where they are now, I would say, unless it's a killer cure operation, a sidewalk or a patio is going to end up there, I would wait and do this move in September or early October.
All right. Cindy says, last week you had said to treat wild violets with poison ivy killer. How much baby shampoo should I use with it as a sticking agent? Will it hurt my grass?
Well, first of all, the trichopyr will not hurt your grass, and it's 1 teaspoon per quart of baby shampoo. And what she's talking about is a surfactant. This actually makes water wetter. That's why shampoo cleans your hair so well. And the baby shampoo goes ahead and makes the spray stick better to the weed.
Very interesting.
Pat is asking, when is the best time to feed/fertilize spring bulbs? Is it best to use bone meal or something else?
Well, if you didn't put bone meal down last fall, I would be actually using something on the order of Miracle Grow right now, and I would be using it every 10 days. These are fairly heavy feeders, so just keep feeding them until they go dormant naturally, which is going to be sometime around the early to mid-June.
Okay. Besides grass, what is good ground cover and erosion control for clay soil?
Well, in this area, I have had very good luck with lamium or dead nettle. I really like it because it spreads very quickly, but yet it's not overly aggressive. It came up to the edge of my yard, and my lawnmower was able to keep it out of the yard. You can also use something like ajuga or pachysandra. These aren't quite as aggressive in their spread, but they do work very well.
All right, Craig. Well, thank you so much for
thanks,
joining us
Craig.
this morning. And be sure you join our Facebook Live every weekend, or every week, every Wednesday. We'll get there. There you can submit your questions and be part of the conversation. Good Morning Quad Cities at 11 returns in just a moment.